been fighting this war officially, since the 1970s with Richard Nixon, but long before that, around the turn of the century, we came out with anti-opium legislation and law enforcement, primarily as a reaction to Mexicans who were working on the railroads on this side of the border, in their possession of marijuana and occasionally opium. So it's been more like 100-year war, really. What we don't seem to realize is that we will never, ever solve this problem on the supply end. It can only be solved on the demand end. You would think we might have learned that lesson during Prohibition, when by prohibiting alcohol, we basically created the modern mafia, which then took a number of decades to reduce. In making drugs criminal, we have created the Mexican drug cartels and the violence in Mexico, which has reached now upward of 250,000 lives, making it the bloodiest conflict on the North American continent since the American Civil War. What we haven't done as a society, though, is addressed the underlying question: what hurts? What hurts? If you go to the doctor, you go to the E-room or whatever, urgent care, what's the first thing they're going to ask you? What hurts? Right? So what I want to know is what hurts. What is the pain that too many Americans feel that move them toward opioids? Now, in some cases, it's an injury, right? And it was treated irresponsibly with pain medication that then becomes an addiction. But in most cases, that is not the situation. In most cases, it's loneliness, it's economic despair, it's racial prejudice, it's hopelessness. Until we ask and answer that question, this war is going to continue, and it will continue to be as futile as it's been. We've spent over $1 trillion, that's just the federal government, on the war against drugs. And what are the results? Drugs are more plentiful, more powerful, cheaper, and more lethal than they've ever been.